Hello dear friends, Fisher here. Today we continue with our beautiful stories, The Power of the Spirit by ALFRED, also known as Freddy in the book. Today Bruno is giving a talk, and then before he started to talk, and then he had a long silence, and then he began. And now you are expecting me to speak to you again, but this really should not be the case. For even if I would not speak one word more, and that which is necessary would nevertheless still happen for you, in complete silence. Yes, dear friends, the power also lies in silence. You are silent, I am silent, and all the energies will stand ready at our disposal for healing. Well, how would that be? One day, human beings will have got so far that they will be able to understand each other without words. But then there will be neither misunderstandings nor lies. In telepathy, and that has been consciously mastered, one person knows what the other actually wants to communicate with him, since their ideas are sent and received between them as unaltered images, and then all difficulties in speaking and understanding will finally belong to the past. On the other hand, all sharing of information by means of spoken or written words contains the danger that someone might think that something different is meant by some news they have received and consequently react in the wrong way. It is therefore advisable during an important conversation to ascertain, by asking each other the questions, whether the person we are conversing with sees the matter in exactly the same way as we do, and that their yes means the same as ours. It is often in this way that bitter disillusionments can be reduced to a minimum in this world of appearance. Is that clear? So here, dear friend, Bruno talking about very important messages, very important one. So first is the power lies in silence. And then you must have heard the best prayer is silent. Why is like that? And then often when we pray and then we say, God, please bless me this, bless me that, bless me with this and that, and then bless my family, bless my friend, this and that, da 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 da. We make a list, and then as our tendency tells us so. And then we forgot, very, very important, to listen. So God and us, dear friend, which one you think should talk and which one you think should listen? The answer is very obvious. God should talk and we should listen. And then, as you know, when we talk, we can't listen. It's just not possible. When we talk to somebody and then we can't listen to him, either he talks or we talk. So it's either we talk or God talks. So I think the answer is very, very simple. We want God to talk. So we must be in silent to listen. So that's my understanding of why the best prayer is silent. It's always being silent, and then the power is concentrated, and then we're ready to listen, to receive God's message, His divine message, His divine healing energy. When we talk, and then we're in the outputting mode. We're putting things out. When we're putting things out, we cannot receive. You either open the door or you close the door. You can't do this. You can't do them like the same time. It's not possible. We either receive at one particular moment or we give. We either use our hands to grab something or we let something go. So it's always very important, dear friends. I know I have my fellow Christian mans, and then they always make long prayers, and then this and that. We pray for the Mother Earth. I mean, that intention is so wow. Okay, and then after pray, and then make sure we listen, not only just talk. And then we don't have to talk, but we must listen to God. That is very, very simple. And Bruno also mentioned one thing. Beside all the energy is reserved in the disposal for healing when we're being silent. And also human being in the far future can communicate without words. So this way we don't even need to talk. I know for some people, it's very important they will need to talk. They want to talk. If they don't talk, and then they can't live a day. So in the far future, we'll evolve into a state that we can communicate with our thoughts, which is called telepathy. So by the telepathic communication, and then everybody knows everybody else, how the way he thinks, how the way what she wants. So in this way, and then there will be no misunderstandings, and then there'll be no lies, because whoever lies will be detected instantly, very, very instantly. So miscommunication or communication in a very effective way is always a challenge for every single human being, because we all have our different perceptions. So when you say something, somebody hears differently with some different intentions. For example, so when I talk to my wife, so obviously our brain function differently. So I say one thing, and then she sometimes could become quite sensitive about it, and then say, "Oh, why you keep saying that and pushing me?" I say, "I just mentioned this because you mentioned that. I didn't mean to push you anything." And then it is you were prepared to act in the way you just did, because you didn't like some certain things I'm talking about. So, and I mean, the same apply to me too. So I might not like somebody talking about something, and then suddenly if somebody mentions something, even with good intention, and I become angry, or I become annoyed straight away. And I say, why you mentioned that? And other people say, oh, well, we just, I just plainly talking about it. I don't mean to offend you anyway. So when we talk and how others listen, it's a different story. It's a completely different story. That's why so many miscommunications happen every day. That's why so much fights happens every day, because you're talking about one language, and then the other person talking about a different language. Even though you're both talking English, you're still talking different languages, because your brain perceive the message in different ways, in the way you want to perceive. That's happened to every human being, or in the way you always used to perceive. Same thing. You grew up with bread and butter, and then you have a bread and butter almost 5 days a week for your breakfast. Like somebody grew up having rice noodles for breakfast, they always have rice noodles for their breakfast. So it's how the way we so used to the way we eat, and then we're so used to the way we listen, and then we receive and perceive the messages. I'll be looking forward the day that we can communicate telepathically. So this way, this world will be full of truth and honesty, and there will be no lies. The lies will come to the distinction, dear friends, when we know each other's thoughts. And then that is good for every human being. So be open book. So at that time we'll have nothing to hide. So maybe another 1,000 years we might evolve into a race that we can communicate in telepathy. There will be no lies, no conspiracy, no manipulation of any thoughts. And then the human being will be entirely dwell in the Lord of nature, and then the God and God's divine law. I wish you have a good day, and God bless.